General tips. What do I mean by this? These are tips that I can't cover in any of the other topics. There are 10 of them. Quick, short, easy, but incredibly important. Tip number 1 is don't bounce around on stage. You don't want the audience getting tired just watching you running up and down and going crazy. Work on your stance, your presentation, and your deliverance. Don't bounce around and walk up and down. Doesn't work. Number 2, try and arrive at the venue early. Why? Then you can check out the stage. You can see if the platform is suited to you. You can look at the distances, your angles, you can get comfortable with it. You can speak to the client, find out more about what's going on, get the vibe from the client. Look at the people that are there already, if it's a tea time or lunchtime, and get a feel for the whole thing. It just makes you more comfortable. And you're there. You don't have to stress about traffic and being late. Tip 3, learn to project your voice. Go for those voice training lessons. It's going to make you more confident on stage. You're going to be able to project a different air about you, more authority, and you're going to feel more comfortable that should something go wrong with the microphones, you can handle it. Also, everyone around you will be more comfortable because the sound guys will think, this guy knows what he's doing. They're not going to be as panicked if something does go wrong. In general, it's just better for everyone concerned if you know how to project your voice and speak loudly. Do me a favor, don't look behind you at the screen and go, oh yes, and read off the screen. I've mentioned this before, but many speakers do this. If you've done, here we go again, 100 times, if you've done your talk, you know when you press which slide is there. You don't have to look behind you. You know the presentation. It's far more powerful. It has an intense effect on an audience when that stuff changes automatically and you are looking at them and you never lose eye contact. Don't look behind you. Learn to read your audience. The more you do this, the better you'll become acquainted with audiences and you'll pick up the vibe. Is someone picking their nose? Is someone yawning? Is someone nudging somebody else? Are they looking around? You'll pick up the vibe. As you read the audience, you'll know what to do. You'll see if there's unrest that you have to give more energy, or you'll see if absolutely no. You'll start picking that up. Learn to read your audience. Don't play with the remote or the laser pointer. You might have 2 separate ones. I find the best remote is the Logitech. It's got a timer, it vibrates in your hand, and it's got the laser pointer, everything. But when you're not using it, I've seen speakers play with this stuff while they're talking. This distracts from what you're doing. If you're not using anything, put it down so you're not tempted to play with it. Put it in your pocket, get it out of the way. Don't play with a laser pointer and presenter. Question and answer session. There's a debate about this, whether you should do it. It depends on the nature of the presentation you're doing. If there is opportunity and a requirement for you to let the people ask questions to clarify certain issues and pointers you made, then build this in the timing. Do an hour and give it half an hour for that. But if it's not necessary, rather let the people email you, have your email contacts behind you, or let them ask you afterwards during the break. Makes much more sense. But be aware of this and know what you need and require in terms of questions and answers. The client also needs to know this to build this into the timing. Update your presentation. If you're a futurist and you've designed a seminar, in a year's time, your seminar is outdated. Things are changing. If you're talking about strategies, do they still have the same things? You cannot do the same talk for 10 years. It doesn't work. You have to update it. You have to keep it fresh. Also, you've got to make it exciting for yourself, not just your audience. I can't present the same old stuff over and over for years and years. Keep it fresh and new. Point number 9, stand in front of the stage. No matter where you are, no matter how big or how small the theater, the auditorium, the conference venue is, stand in front of the stage so you can connect better with your audience. This makes an incredible difference. If you're hiding backstage, hiding behind the podium, you're not giving any air of authority or power off that stage. You're being insignificant. But if you're up front in their face, that's when you're connecting, that's when you're seeing the eyes, the faces, and that's when you're being powerful. And the final point, smile at your audience. You're happy to be there. You're passionate about what you're doing. This is what it's about. I love being here. So have a smile, because when you smile, they're going to smile back at you. You're all going to feel comfortable. And isn't that really what it's about? Those were quick 10 simple points, but very important points. Now we're going to move on to, and also another incredibly important topic, grooming tips. See you there.